So we're going to get started here in just a minute, but I wanted to log on myself and go ahead and start the stream. Hey Michelle, hey Angie, and check to see that we were doing okay tonight as far as everything. The fly. Two. I have a, hey Kale, hey Bun Bud. There's a fly right there, and it is mocking me. And then there's a fly somewhere else, and it's mocking me as well. It's been dive bombing my face for the last hour or two. So, trying to get it elusive little shits. So I've got my fly swatter. I'm gonna try not to freak out and try and kill them during the vlog. But if you see me ducking, it's because I'm being attacked. Okay. Running smoothly so far, so good. Much better. Clear as a bell. Awesome. So, I hope y'all had a good day. Hey, Sandy. I had a good day, so I hope y'all had a good day. The funds were released last night for the, they finally made it into my bank account. They were released on Friday. They made it into my bank account, last night late. So, I got up and ordered the pins first thing this morning and said, hello, Burgess, and sent them all of my stuff and made sure that they got the high-res files and everything. So I'm going to mark that off. All the pins are ordered, including Pinky Nail. I have got the post up about the Patreon Q&A. If anybody has any questions about anything in general, they can ask them. Hello, Lori. And we do a Q&A video for the Griffin tier each month. So if you have questions, ask them. I'm serious. This fly is freaking out. The new one is freaking out, so it's okay. Alright, so I have got the reveal filmed and it is edited. It is saving to my computer as we speak, and I was worried that for a second that might actually slow everything in my computer down and I would start to mess up my stream because I did it a little late, but it seems to be okay. And my thingy is not saying that it's overloaded tonight, so I've closed absolutely everything on my computer except for the YouTube browser and the software that I need to run this stream. So hopefully we've got all the kinks worked out. I've packed and shipped, all of the rest of the orders that I didn't get to yesterday, and I have got to put labels on them, which I will do tonight, and they will go out tomorrow. So I'm going to leave that as started for now, and I will mark it off when I get it done. The samplers all went out, so they're good. Those went to the post office today. I made a watercolor. I did phthalo blue because someone needed one, and I've poured a couple of watercolors with colors that I had already mixed before. But yeah, so I'm going to mark that as started. I did my step outs. Go me. I did my step outs, so we're going to catch up the current day and the 4 days before today. And I did release all of the digital files, so if you get the digital files for the monthly kit each month, those are done. So I had a very productive day. I need to mark off that I did that. I'm starting all of my Patreon rewards. I'm trying to get all of that done. Okay, so let me plan out tomorrow a little bit so I can figure out what I want to get done. I need to do June watercolors. This is not the pen that I've been writing with lately, and I can tell it. I've been using my gel pen for this, so I'm going to switch over to that. It writes smoother. I need to make sure I've got my PDFs and my printables done for Patreon. And the digital downloads. I want to try and finish all of that tomorrow so that I can make sure everyone's got all of those things in plenty of time for the month, because we're getting a little mature in the month. I'm running a little bit late this month, so I'm not 100% happy with that, but it's okay. I want to try and film a video. Hello, Amber. But if I don't, it's not going to be the end of the world. So I don't know if I'm going to write that down or not. I think between watercolors, packing and shipping, I need to order some sticker paper. I will do that tomorrow. If I don't move it over here onto my list, though, it'll never get done. PDFs. The line work, since we're not going to do that on Saturday, can be pushed back a day. And let's go ahead and put this last thing on here, which are my coupon codes for my patrons for June. And that will pretty much round out my Patreon rewards based off of what I've got and what I've done already. I do need to film one more video for them, but I will get to that later this week. Okay, so also before I forget, my son Chase has got his senior music concert on Thursday and Friday. They do it 2 nights, I guess, so they can make sure that everybody has a chance to get there. I don't know which day I'm going yet. I don't know if I'm gonna go Thursday or Friday, but I will let y'all know beforehand. It turns out, yeah, I do not have a community tab here, so you'll have to check my Insta stories, or if the little event thing disappears or changes time on one of those days, I will let you know. I think I usually go on Thursdays. I just don't want it to, they usually last about an hour, hour and a half, depending upon how long they go. So it's not that the vlog won't happen whatever day I choose to go. It's that it might be a little bit late. And if I go Friday, I may just like schedule it for 9:30 and just be an hour late. Since Friday is a little bit easier on most people to be a little bit later instead of Thursdays. But I will definitely keep you informed on that, and I will say something tomorrow night about it as well. I just wanted to mention it before I forgot, because I did almost forget about it when I was filling out the stuff that I needed to get done for the week. Alright, so let's go up here. And I'm going to put like back on track or something for today, because that is what I am. I got back to work on here, but I'm gonna put back on track on here because, yeah, I was feeling a little discombobulated and a little all over the place, and today was really, really productive. So we got up early. Andy didn't have any appointments or anything, so he was here helping me with the dogs. Gypsy is basically, well, that's not how you spell track or own or anything, is it? I'm going to put back to normal, I guess. Yeah, Gypsy is pretty much out of heat, and so Hook is not having to be separated from her, and so the whole schedule is just getting back to normal. His is a choral concert. He sings. He does play sax, but he's not in like the band anymore. He's just, it's a choral performance. He's part of their sort of honors chorus thing, and then they have a regular chorus, and then they have a girls chorus, and so, but all of that stuff is done in one concert, so they have little sections for each one. And since he's a senior this year and graduating this year, he's also got a senior solo where the seniors do a song of their choosing or whatever as a solo. So yeah, he does that. He thinks he's better than he is, but he's not bad. So he's not horrible. He just gets nervous on stage. If y'all saw the play from that link, yeah, so he gets nervous on stage. It sounds a lot better, and they're actually really good. The honors chorus, I think, what are they called? Ensemble. They're really good, and they've even performed for like big people down in Raleigh, and everybody really liked it. So they're good all together. I might record some of it because I want my mom and aunt and grandmother to see it. So I may put it up unlisted on my other channel like I did the play. But I can't imagine that the bless his heart. I can't imagine that his solo is going to be uber great because, you know, he's a high schooler. So, oh, they seem to be chock full of confidence, and I don't know what that is. Hey, Mary. So, yeah, they seem to be chock full of confidence regardless of how they sound, and I just don't understand that. I guess because I've never been like an super confident person or anything. I've always been like very, very self-conscious, so maybe I just don't get it, but they are chock full of confidence no matter what. I just it's crazy. But I go and support my baby. That's what I do. All right, I'm marking today as productive. So we have got lots and lots of July birthdays, turns out. And so I was taking the poll over on my Patreon because they get like more say or whatever as what the upcoming themes are going to be. And it looks like we're going to do a bunch of cats for July. That's what is winning out right now. So there was a combination of domestic cats, sort of like house cat thingies, and there was another request for like African cats or something like that. So I may do a combination of both. Like I may have one little set that's more towards the African theme, and then one little set that's more towards the domestic cat, you know, house cat kind of thing. And we'll see how that plays out. So I thought it was a cool idea. So there may be kitty cats coming for July. All right, I need, let's see. All right, habits. There were sales today, or at least one. Did you ever get over being ticked off? That was quite a rant, but understandable. No. 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 I'm still mad. It took me a second to remember. No, I'm still mad. It was... So I went all the way down to the school today to pick up my son's driver's ed stuff because I finally got a chance to do it. It's been a week, okay, and I finally got a chance to get there and pick up the paperwork, only to find out that his father had shown up yesterday and picked up the paperwork. How many of them said anything to me? This many. Neither one of them said anything. I mean, I wasn't going to see Carter until after school today, but it's not Carter's responsibility. It is his responsibility to, hey, at least give me a heads up. He didn't need to go and pick it up regardless, because he's not even going to be the one taking him to get his permit. I'm going to have to do that. And so now I've got to wait for him to give me the paperwork and get it back here, which he won't come here and drop it off himself. So I'm going to have Carter go and get it when he goes back to his dad's house this weekend. So, yeah, it's just ridiculous. And it was just the straw that broke the camel's back, pretty much, is what it was. Because it's like, he gets them 2 days a week. 2 days a week. He has not paid child support because it's too hard to go to school and work at the same time. I'm so sorry. But I'm furious. It's apparently too much to do that, regardless of the fact that not only did I run a business, work full-time, go to school full-time, and be a mom full-time, all at the same time by myself as a single mother, you know, but those two things together are just too much. So he has put the burden off on the new wife, which I could care less about. That is not my problem. But in the last 3 years has not paid child support. And because I was nice to begin with, I didn't take him to court for child support, which now I'm having to do because he's just not going to pay. He's not going to do anything. And so he gets to do the fun crap. And because he's not paying child support, they're out, buying new vehicles and getting new furniture in their house. And they get to go and take a family vacation once or twice every summer. Yet he can't support his kids for basics like clothes or food or shoes or school supplies or the field trips or anything else. So that all gets laid on me. No, I'm not okay. I'm not over it. I'm not over it. It irritates the shit out of me because I'm constantly the bad guy. I'm the bad parent and he gets to be the fun parent. And my kids despise me half the time because I'm the one who has to say no to all of these things. I'm the one who didn't go and pick up the driver's ed paperwork on purpose the first couple of days because my son is having behavioral issues and he is not doing his work in school again this year. So it has taken me fussing and arguing at him every night almost for the past semester to get him to bring his grades up enough to where he's not failing. I don't know why having a certain grade point average is not a requirement to even take the driver's ed class, because it used to be, but it's not. And I think it's crap that regardless of that and the fact that I have to fight with him every night, he goes and picks up this paperwork a day sooner than I decide to go and pick it up just so that I have it before the summer gets here, and he gets to be hero daddy once again. And it's just, I hope, like I said in the rant, that one day these kids will realize what I have done and realize what it actually takes to be a parent and see the fact that he's not. And it just upsets the crap out of me. So I was a little pissed off because I usually don't rant about my personal stuff here on Facebook or anywhere. But I don't know, I just lost it today. Yeah, exactly. My exes assume that we will use the money for ourselves and not specifically for the child. I'm owed almost $90,000. He owed me thousands and thousands of dollars before the 3 years. And I don't even want to know what he would have owed me now because he hasn't given me a cent. And now, because I was doing it through social services to try and make it a little bit easier instead of just going and getting a lawyer and actually getting the back support that he owes, he's going to get away with it. They're not even opening a case for Chase, who turns 18 on June 6th. Because it's too late now. So he got away with not being a father. And now the only one left is Carter. And he's still dragging his feet, getting his wage verification into social services now, so that he can avoid paying as long as possible. And that's just, we're not hurting here. Our bills are paid. My children have every single thing that they need and half of what they want, so I don't know. It's not like we need it. It's the principle. It shouldn't be all on one parent. It really shouldn't. And that's why I said parent and not father. And because it's, that's ridiculous. Well, once the order gets started, when he decides he doesn't want to pay, they will put him in jail here. And at this point, I don't care anymore. He will have deserved it. But, you just can't not be a father. You can't not be a responsible parent. He can't even be a responsible adult half the time. And that's why it irritates me so much, because he's had everything handed to him his entire life. And his mommy did everything for him and made sure that he had zero responsibilities growing up, and now he's trying to pass that on to my children, and no thank you very much. Pass, hard pass. I want my children to know that you have to earn stuff, that you're not going to get everything you want in life, and that sometimes life is a little bit hard. So I don't know, let's do intake goals. I know, so yeah, I'm not gonna be over it for anytime soon. It's just not gonna happen. All right, so we're doing days 46 through 50 real quick today, because we're gonna continue each day as it comes up now here in the vlog, but we need to catch up. So I'm gonna stop bitching about their ass father, and then we're gonna move on to some Zentangle. So I didn't realize that like 3 of these 5 all look similar. I didn't do that on purpose. But they all have this sort of similar start to them. These 3 do, and then we've got 2 that are different. So they're really fun and really easy though, and I'll tell you which ones that I like when we get into it. But so we're gonna start Zentangling now. Toodles was from May 17th, so it was number 46, and it has got this little swooshy thing. Oh, now you get to see me try and describe this stuff live, so yay! It's got this little open swoosh, and then you come off of it with these little deals here. The next step out was really simple. You just color in the little circles on the end of it, and then you go in and swerve back out and come around on this bottom one, and the top one you sort of bow out first and then come back in. It almost has like a spade sort of look once you get it done, and to me this actually looks a little bit like a nose with a stripe down the first. Well, I hope you're right, Lori. I really hope that they do figure it out later. I don't care if they hate me now. I would rather them hate me now and be better for it in the long run than to be the fun parent now and my kids are crap when they grow up, and then they pass that kids on, or they pass that crap on to their kids. No, I would rather be the crap parent now. It just hurts in the moment, if that makes sense, and that's the part that frustrates me. I have zero problem telling my children no when they deserve it. I have zero problem taking my kids' stuff when they don't deserve it. My kids are not getting on games right now, or 2 of them aren't getting on games right now. They're grinding from internet. They're grinding from phones. They're grinding from everything because they can't act right half the time. So when they learn to act right, they'll get those things back. But there's zero punishment over there. There's zero consequence. We don't care about school. We don't care about homework. We don't care about anything over there because it's fun time for those 2 days. And he thinks that that's okay, and it's just not. Hello, Melissa. So like I said, it's fine, and I don't mind being the bad guy. It just hurts in the moment when he does things like this and makes me look like a shit parent. Yeah, I think so too. I think they will be better adults for it. But that is the extent of that. That's the extent of Toodles. Then you just shade it in any way that you want to. So it's really simple, but it does. To me, it looks like a pointy nose with a stripe down the middle of it. So it's a little bit weird. And then you sort of just layer them up on each other, which is what I've got going back here. But it was kind of hard to do that. So 47 is Zebra Leaf, and that was for May 18th. And this one's cute. I like this one too. So this one has got that same sort of swoop going, but it's open down here at the bottom instead of coming back and connecting. So it looks like that, and then you come off and make sort of the same motions where you go in and swoop back out, and then for the upper one you swoop out and come back in, and then you make these little bowed sort of curved stripes on it on either side of that first little thing that you made. And then you shade it in. So they had a couple of different variations. If you've seen the actual Zentangle, this is going to take forever with this thin one. So they've got their little middle piece shaded in, and they brought it out a little bit to make it look a little like a stem. I'm not going to do the best shading job here, but I want to make sure that you sort of get the gist. So they've got that part shaded in, and then every other stripe is shaded, but you leave a little gap so that it gives the appearance of a highlight. And then you sort of leave that gap at the same place each time in the middle, so that the highlight looks like it's running through. And if you wanted to do this in like a different color, you could run the highlight through every stripe instead of every other stripe. So if you had this as a black and white stripe, and you can see the highlight forming there, say if you want to do the next set of stripes, the opposite ones in a color, you could do that and then leave the highlight as well. So it would be like black, red, black, red, black, red, and then if you ran the highlight all the way through it, it would look like a solid highlight running through it. So that one's really cool. I like that one too. A wonky fox face. Oh, it does, doesn't it? Kind of is a wonky fox face. I see it. I see it. Alright, and then the third one that sort of started the same with this little swooshy deal is Rays, and that was number 48 for May 19th. And it looks like a sea ray. So we're going to do this swooshy thing one more time. And then we're going to come off of it down here, swoop out, and then go upwards and back in. And then come out here with a little bit of a curve and then bow it up as well. So you want to bow both of these up. And then you decorate the actual floppy parts. A sea pancake. Awesome. Any way you want. So this was just one of the examples. They had one in there that was sort of where it had this little section a little bit smaller, and then it had stripes in it. It had one with vertical stripes in it, and it had one I think just shaded. So however you want to shade these bad boys in. And then you could differentiate, I guess, what would be the body from that. So however you want to shade it. Pass this around. This one is a little bit more intricate, but it was really fun to do, and I think it might be my favorite, just because it looks cute, and especially if you actually leave it in like a multicolor format, I think it would be really cute. So I am using every other dot in my box to make this so that it's not all jammed up together, and I just sort of started from the middle and worked my way out so that I would have a point of reference. So I'm just skipping a dot, going down, and using the next dot. So every other dot. And I am making 3 rows of little diamonds on those dots, is what it looked like to me, was a little diamond. I'm making little diamonds on those dots like this, and then running a straight line top to bottom through each of those lines of diamonds. Now we're not going to touch the middle one. Are you limited to 30 minutes on this channel? Well, I don't think so, because I don't know. We'll find out in a second. It didn't say limit. It said that I could do videos longer than 15 minutes. So I'm hoping that we'll just keep going. It would be a cute border. I like that. So it doesn't, we got 10 seconds and we'll find out. If it cuts off, then we'll start over and finish up. 2, 1. We're still here. Okay, we're good. So, no, you can, I don't think there's a limit after you meet the longer than 15-minute requirement, which we did. That was already met when I went to go and set the second channel up. So, all right. Then you're going to take this, and you're just going to swerve in and out and sort of bump around the little diamonds on these two outside lines. Just like so. So yeah, this one is just a little bit longer than what they'll usually be. It's just because we have so many of these to do, whereas when we start tomorrow, we will only have one to do. So you're going to do that on both of these outside ones, and then where it caves in between each of the diamonds, you're going to make these little spirals on either side come out. So the way I have mine set up, you can see 3 of them because there's 3 spaces in between the diamonds, and technically one would be starting down here at the bottom if you wanted to put that in. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. And that is the extent of the pattern itself, and then there were a couple of different variations on it. So if you didn't like leaving it like that, you could turn the spirals the other way. You could connect them like this and then shade them in. So I liked the way that this one looked, where you connect the inside of each of the spirals to the outside of the next spiral. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to do that. It gave it more of a border type look to it, and I like the way that that one looks. And yeah, then you can just go in and sort of shade them or color them, or do whatever you want with them. Try not to forget to look at the chat just in case something pops up, so I'm not missing comments. But I kind of get lost when I'm doing these things, and I'm not used to doing the vlog and responding at the same time, so it's a little bit more wordy, but sorry. Okay, all right, so that was Amphora, which I didn't even say, which was day 49 for May 20th. And then today's is braid, and it looks like a braid, so awesome. And that was number 50, and it's for today, May 21st. And you start in pencil for this one and make which at the back end when it curves around. Oh, you can see it a little bit, I think. Let me do this and see if you can see it a little bit better. Braid makes me think of those braided bread loaves. Yeah. So there we have that. And then you start to work in pen, and basically you just making these little curved parallel lines all the way down it, and then just hooking the next set into the one that you have. So if I do it, it'll make more sense. So there's one set, then you come off of it from the other direction, and then back again, and you do that all the way down the braid. And as the braid little swoopy thing gets thinner, your lines are going to get a little shorter and a little closer together, and they're going to overlap a little bit more, but you just keep on wrapping them around. And it's okay if you sort of go in and out of your pencil mark. It's more of a guide than anything else. And then when you get down here, you're going to do one last one sort of across the bottom. And the next step is to close in all of the gaps in between them. So this is a gap in between this one and this one. You'll close that in, and you'll close them all in on each side. That's what's going to form your pieces that start your braid. Like so. And then you're going to sort of make little stripes inside of it, and the stripes can go all the way from the top to the bottom of the little shape that you've just made, or they can break up just for a little bit more variation in the line, so they don't have to connect all the way through, or they can, you know, whichever you think looks better. So I'm just sort of haphazardly going in there, and if the line makes it all the way from the top to the bottom, it makes it. If it doesn't, then I give it a little break and I finish the line down to the bottom. So I'm not overly concerned with them. Some of these smaller ones, it's just easier to go from the top to the bottom and it'll look just fine. And then the last step, so this is actually it finished, but the last step is to sort of come out with all the, what would be the end of the braid, like the hair sticking out the bottom. And it's nothing but a series of just swooping lines coming up off of that line you made at the bottom in sort of the direction of the end of your little pencil mark there. And then when you get done, you just erase your pencil marks and it's done. This can have a few of the little not quite connected baby lines at the end of it, just to give it a little bit more detail as well. Whoopsies. Don't you hate when y'all get to the end of the edge of a page, especially a corner, and you're erasing something? I am enthusiastic eraser. So, and then the corner of the page like peels up, and then you've got this ugly crease in the middle of your page. That is like one of my pet peeves. I hate it. I hate it so much. But oh well. Those are all of the thingies that we had to do for today, and that brings us to the end of the second thingy. So we're going to be starting the third quarter tomorrow with Mindy Spike, which I haven't looked up or anything. Enthusiastic. And you can find set eraser. Yeah, my Moo eraser is in my go bag down here with my planners in it, so I was using my kneaded eraser today, but I bought extra so that I don't have that problem anymore. That thing was not on my desk the whole time. But yep, tomorrow we're going to do number 51, Mindy Spike, and that's the only one that we'll have to do tomorrow, so we'll definitely be caught up. Which was y'all's favorite? So we've got Toodles, was this weird foxy nose thing. We've got Zebra Leaf, Rays, Amphora, and Braid. I still kind of like Amphora. When it's colored in and shaded, I think it'll be really, really pretty. And it will look, if you only did one, it would look good as a border. So that's going to be my favorite for today. I like this one too, though. I like the, I don't care for Rays. I like the leaf. I don't mind braid. I don't care for the end of it. Like the actual braid part would be fine. And this maybe shaded would be a little bit more interesting, but yeah, I like this one and then that one. Amphora. See. Then I am not alone. Alright, so we have been on a little bit longer than I originally anticipated, but if y'all don't have any questions or anything else like that, we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Raise because someone made me hungry. Oh, about pancakes? Oh, sorry. I didn't start that, so it was not me. I found out who it was. Alright, so I'm all set up for tomorrow. The reveal video, unless if you don't want spoilers, don't watch the video that's about to pop up. I'm gonna go and upload it now because it says it was successful. So I'm gonna upload it to YouTube, and that will be today's video. It will be up in just a little bit, and then I think it'll be some kind of artsy video on Thursday, but I'm not 100% sure. y'all can let me know. Do you want to see an artsy video, since there was a little bit of art in the reveal, or do you want to see the review on the Scribbles That Matter and the pen test? Me too. Me too, Michelle. Definitely. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. I love your faces. And, yeah, I'm going to go finish this, and then I'm going to go cook me something to eat because I worked so hard today, I forgot to go eat dinner. We're just having leftovers anyway. So, I'm going to go in there and heat me something up. Alright, Scribbles review. Scribbles review. Alright, I think that's what we'll do then. Alright, good night, y'all. Have a great night. I love your faces, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I'm going to try to be a little bit more stellar with this and a little bit more streamlined, but it's not going to happen. So, bye-bye.